unpopular opinions slash regular opinions because honestly, I don't think all of them are that unpopular. And the first one is people should take more energy to blur out strangers' faces if they're posting like content from when they were out in public. I know not everyone's going to care about this, and this may sound like extra work and extra steps in the editing process. Who cares? You know, people are posted every single day. Me personally, I would not want my face posted out there, and I didn't even ask to be in somebody's video. Maybe it's because I'm camera shy, but it's also because I don't want my face out there. I don't care what the occasion is or anything unless I'm asked directly, hey, do you want me to show your face in the video or do you want me to blur it out? Now, I'm not saying to do that to every single person that might be in the video, but what I'm saying is if you're talking to someone directly or a group of people directly, I feel like that's, in my opinion, common courtesy. But if it's like a crowd of people or something, or people who are just there, like, I don't know, I feel like blurring their face would be just cool, nice, like, not because not everyone wants to be recorded, and some people record and they don't really think about the people around them. I say that's like a bit unpopular because, like I said, a lot of content creators probably wouldn't give a shit. The second one is people should stop posting their kids, honestly, altogether. If you really want to post your bundle of joy and show the world, fine. Like, if you really absolutely have to. However, blur their face out. At the very least, blur their face out. But I feel like more parents should stop posting their kids because with AI getting like more and more powerful and the way that people are using AI, I would be damned if I posted my child online to become data because we already know how AI works. The amount of kids' faces that are out there that are data, that scares me. Like, thinking about it scares me. If y'all haven't heard about the way people have been using Grok, which is on Twitter / X, have been using Grok or Sora AI, it's disgusting. I don't think enough parents think about what it means to post their kids online, aside from AI, but also digital footprint. We all know what digital footprint is. We all learned about it in computer class, whatever the fuck. Something I believe is that kids cannot consent to being posted online, and they also don't fully understand digital footprint. Even if you explain to a child, hey, mommy's going to post you for her Facebook, mommy's going to post you for her Instagram video, Instagram story. Even if you did explain that to a child would not fully understand like the gravity of having yourself out there because their digital footprint is being started from a very early age and they don't know what that means for them in the future, especially a lot of these people who exploit their kids like in family channels, or even if it's not like a family channel, like they're still posting their child. It just kind of leaves a weird feeling in my stomach. Like, how do parents not think about this? Especially if you posting your child gets you views. I don't know. I feel like there's something ethically wrong there. That's just me though. Another opinion is that I feel like with this whole age verification shit with Discord, why can't they just look at our data and like determine whether we're adults or not? And it probably doesn't work like that because that means you'd have to go through like millions of Discord accounts and determine who's an adult and who's not. But if you're prioritizing AI so much and wanting to use it even for age verification of government IDs and having your face scanned, then why the fuck wouldn't they use it for something like this? And I say this because Discord, I'm pretty sure, would be able to look at every single message that we've sent, every single file that we've sent, every single voice message that we've sent, like just about everything, right? So how much would it take to look at the photos that people have sent of themselves, look at how long someone's had their account, and also look at chat logs to see how old someone said they were when they told them, oh, I'm this year's old, or oh, it's my birthday today. Those 4 things, like, is it that hard? Or maybe it's a little more time consuming and whatever, but we already know why they want to have our government IDs. It's not for the kids. But still, I'm just like, wouldn't that be a better solution if we wanted to confirm who's an adult and who's not? Because I'm going to be honest, you might say, oh, people lie. But I feel like a lot of people on Discord are very honest with others. But this whole age verification thing is spreading across more than just Discord. It started with Roblox and now it's even going to Minecraft and it's going everywhere. I heard Apple's going to do it too, which is fucking stupid. Another opinion of mine is that we assume way too much about people's relationships, even if they don't post about it. Now, I know that people subject themselves to criticism to an extent when they post themselves online or their relationship. But even when a lot of scandals happen between couples and it's like, posted online, or a lot of people know the couple, they're very famous or whatever like that. We speculate too much as like the internet audience, like assuming that this happened and that happened when we can't really say what happened because we weren't there. Even if there's like little clues that make you think, oh, this had to have happened because they said this and they posted this. That being on the internet and being like the little audience, the spectators of these social media people, it makes us feel like little detectives. Like trying to find the clues and find out what exactly happened because we don't know what happened. But it's like at the end of the day, even if you have your opinions about what happened in somebody's breakup and all that shit, you don't really know the full story. But a lot of people are very bold to be very firm in their stance, like, this is what happened. This is exactly what happened. Okay, have your speculations, but at the end of the day, say, I don't really know shit because I'm not these people and I'm not around these people, basically. Another opinion of mine is there's nothing wrong with blocking people. Straight up, protect your peace. No matter what, like who cares? Blocking people on the internet is seen as like petty and whatnot, but I feel like the people who feel that way have either been blocked for no reason, or they did something wrong and they don't like being blocked because of that. But some also, like, some people online are just so petty for no reason, and also some of them don't have a brain. I'm not saying I'm perfect. If I feel like I'm talking to a wall, or if someone is unnecessarily rude to me, first of all, I'm not going to respond to it because I've learned to not respond to that shit. Why do I ever need to come across you on this World Wide Web again? Block you. Is that such a bad thing? I just go about my life. Another opinion is that adults live through the coaching of child influencers. Now, I wanted to make a whole video about this, but I kept failing to articulate myself, so I decided to put it in this opinions video. I want to use North West, who is Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's daughter. I want to use her as an example because a lot of people have been talking about how Kim is letting her express herself, getting the blue hair, getting tattoos and piercings, which apparently some of them are fake, but I've seen some of the piercings are real, getting grills. And people have often referenced Kanye in the past, like years back, saying, I don't want North being exploited like that. What I've noticed is that the people who normalize this, because North is not, she's not she's not an isolated case, because this has happened to a lot of child influencers just who are not on the level, being the daughter of two of the richest people in the world. This has happened to so many like children who blow up online and grow up that way, and they're often coached into doing this whole social media thing, and later down the line it fucks with them. A lot of adults normalize it because they wish they had that when they were a kid. When I saw a post of North getting, I think, new piercings or something like that, there were so many people, like I saw two sides. I saw a lot of people saying that, oh, I wish my kids had this, or I wish I had this. She knows she's that girl. Like, oh, what a life. Like they were admiring her having all kinds of freedom at the age of, by the way, North is like 11, 12, 13 years old. But if you looked up a picture of her and her current style, you probably wouldn't think that. But then you have the other side of people saying, the normalization of this is scary. She's being coached. They're trying to make her the next influencer. The people who normalize behaviors and things that happen, they override the people who see the reality of it and they see the actual issue of it. And that's why it's kind of scary. And yes, we're not North West parents. Yes, we are not in the Kardashian and the West tax bracket. But I still think that the people who don't see this issue and they live through a child online who is doing all these things that they wish that they could do, they are a problem. And a lot of adults do that. And that's why this shit continues, aside from the fact that their parents are coaching them. Another thing is being hygienic is not feminine or gay. This is something that annoys me to hell and back. This whole notion that men taking care of themselves, grooming themselves, being hygienic, caring about their appearance is feminine or gay. And I've seen this on like both sides of the whole like men and women thing. I've seen women say, oh, who's going to be the girls? We can't have anything to ourselves. And then I've seen guys say, oh, that's girly, that's gay. Are you gay? That's feminine, that's not masculine. First of all, I'm coming more to the realization that Gender roles are literally a social fucking like society created that. Is anything really feminine or masculine, or is that just what institutions have taught us, like all of us? So we believe something is feminine and we believe something is masculine, and therefore we bar men and women from doing certain things because, oh, you're going to be seen as too masculine and too tomboyish. You're going to be seen as girly and feminine and gay. It's stupid as fuck. Why would we not want someone to take care of themselves? The reason that that I added this to the list is like, this was a video I saw on Instagram where a guy was getting his eyebrows trimmed, and apparently girls can't have anything to themselves. Are you fucking serious? If he wants to get his fucking eyebrows trimmed and touched up, who the fuck cares? There was no makeup involved. It was just at the barber. It was just at the barbershop. It's so stupid. There's nothing wrong with men taking care of themselves. Why the fuck would we want people to take care of themselves? Another thing, tipping isn't a big deal. People make such a big deal about tipping and complain about it. I don't understand why. Like, I understand, oh, America has a tip culture, and why do I have to tip this person? If you don't want to tip, you don't have to complain about it. Just don't tip. Simple. And I've heard people say, oh, well, the server or who, like the employee, they make me feel bad for not tipping. That's an even better reason to not tip. And that's a reason, if you're going to be one of these people, call the manager. If that's such an issue for you, call the manager. Like, if someone's actually hounding you because you didn't give them a tip, that's outside of the whole customer service that they're supposed to give. If you don't want to give a tip to a server or whatever, that's fine. Like, whatever. It's your money at the end of the day. Even if people say, well, if you don't tip a DoorDash driver, what is wrong with you? They live off. Me personally, I try to tip when I can because some people do really live off of tips, right? But I just remember working at a coffee store and people would complain so much when we finally got credit card tips. And I remember one Thanksgiving, I was telling the lady, oh, it's going to prompt you on the screen if you want to leave a tip today. And she said, Happy Thanksgiving, that's your tip. Like, that was one of the dumbest, rudest things I've heard from a customer. One of, not the worst. But it's like, why did you have to say that to me in front of my face? If you don't want to tip, just press no and pay for your fucking coffee. But it's not that big of a deal. It really isn't, in my opinion. It really isn't, and nobody is forcing you. No one has a gun to your head for you to tip. Just saying. I'm going to make that my last opinion for this video. I have more. I can probably do another part. Let me know what you think about them. If you agree, if you disagree, I would like to know why either way in the comments. That's it for this video, and until the next one, whatever I talk about.